Now, medical professionals have raised concern over how Nigerians involved in self-medication. Experts say that the act could lead to damage of liver and vomit, which could eventually lead to death. KAFTAN TV reporter Temitope Adedeji who takes a critical look at the consequences, if not death, has more on this story.
Professionals have raised concern about people's health as over 70% of Nigerians engage in self-medication. Dr. Olorun Femiowa, a consultant and endocrinologist, said many do go on self-medication without prescription. He also said many don't know their health baseline before taking such drugs, which may make them run into problem by damaging their kidneys.
Now, self-medication is a very common practice in which individual just feel maybe from the symptoms or what you are passing through, you just move to a nearby chemist or a supermarket and get drugs that you feel should be able to relieve your symptoms. And this usually drives many to the issue of drug abuse.
He also emphasized that some are in habit of buying mixture called ashapo in Yoruba language, which can destroy their liver, and advised that people should consult physician before taking such steps.
Now, it's a very common practice these days that people just move to the counter and they get mixture of drugs. Like I said in the introduction, especially the culprits in this practice is the use of multiple analgesics. You take different pain relief of different classes, and at the time the person use all these drugs, this drug will be metabolized by the person's liver, and most of the time it can destroy the liver and lead to liver failure. So I will advise those who does that to desist, because rather than helping yourself, you are creating more problem for yourself in near future, because in the end the person may find out that the liver is no longer function as appropriate, or it develops peptic ulcer. Some even have used such mixture of drugs and start vomiting blood. Some will say maybe it's a poison or something that the person is not knowing that it's the effect, because most time those mixture contains NSAIDs, that's non-steroidal anti-inflammatory pain relief, that can predispose somebody to having peptic ulcer or perforation.
Also, a pharmacist, Kenneth, analyzed the consequences of involving in self-medication, which according to him said it could be poisonous and dangerous to the health.
The thing is, most people do not really know the effect of taking a particular pill or the effect of taking a drug. They don't know the dangers that they are posed to them when they take a drug that was not prescribed to them by a qualified health professional. Because one, a drug, the way you see a person that is not learned in drug aspect sees a drug is different from the way a pharmacist sees a drug or a doctor sees a drug. Because to us, we say all drugs are poison. The only thing that differentiates a drug from a poison is the dose, which a person that is self-medicating does not know that it just takes a little change in dosage to cause harm. So a dose is what differentiates a drug from a poison.
He said nothing less than over 70% Nigerians do involve in self-medication, which he therefore advised that seeking advice from the professional health workers will be useful and do their health good.
So my advice, I am completely against self-medication, because one, the drug you're taking, you don't know the health, you don't know whether it's contraindicated in your condition. You don't know if you are allergic to it. You don't know if the indication you are using it is what it is meant for. You are misdiagnosing, you are exposing others to resistance in case of antibiotics. You understand? You are exposing others to resistance in case of antibiotics. So I always advise, please seek the advice of a professional.
From Akure, Temitope Adedeji reporting for KAFTAN TV News.